Can you send me a picture of you when you were a kid?
I don't know. I don't have any. I have no idea where they are.
Yeah, I can't imagine any camera survived that. This is a great start to the podcast. Bring us in, George.
Welcome to May the Zoo be with you. America's really only TCGBPPP podcast.
I love Flu George. Flu George is my favorite.
I feel like death.
Are you on Tamiflu yet?
I'm on everything. I took my drug department. I robbed CBS before I started this thing. I am joined by the leader of the New Age movement. The king of the New Agers. Louis DeGeorge, owner of Kitchen. I forget what somebody said in that video dissing you today. Kitchen Flop TCG or whatever. Yes, edit in their words.
Just another day of Louis getting dissed.
I love it. It's my favorite. This is my favorite. This has been the best year ever. You getting dunked on every day by a bunch of birds
for actually supporting a game you love.
Yeah.
It's really weird.
Yeah, it's all right.
It's my favorite.
It feels very counter to what I would have anticipated. Doesn't really make sense to me. But I guess we're just letting it happen.
Let them bring it. I'm fine. I've got the skin.
They see what I see in Louis. That's all I'll tell you. I am also joined by the person who has closed more businesses than you have opened this year. Mitchell Murray.
Hey, Mitch, check that your audio is on the right on your microphone for a second.
Foam, you'd done this before we started.
No, it's fine.
Of course.
What? It's not?
It might not be. I don't know. Who are you, George?
I just checked. It is
a contract for a new store this week.
Wow.
Going all in, huh?
Good job, buddy.
Thank you, Pokemon. That's actually like very true.
George, the #1 Pokemon warehouse in the universe.
I'll be honest. I bet we've shipped out more than 4,000 boxes of Pokemon.
That's insane, dude.
Like Pokemon has been.
We're going to talk about Pokemon on this podcast. We're going to talk about Logan Paul.
Pokemon at the zoo have been doing great for me.
Topic number 3. We have 4 topics on the podcast.
Okay, enough. All right. Here's what we're talking about today. We're talking about Sexy Briar. No, Sexy Bravo. I only see Briar in my eyes because everything looks like Briar in my eyes because I'm a semi-pro Briar player. We're talking about Sexy Bravo in the Armory kit.
I like the cape.
I love that. I'll tell you this. Everfest is going to be dope. I'm hyped for Everfest. We are going to talk about Louis' reserve list.
We're going to talk about the Magic the Gathering reserve list. There's been big information on the reserve list.
This is just where we tease them about what's coming. So simmer down. We're going to talk about Metazoo's biggest fan, Logan Paul.
My best friend. I don't know if you guys know this, but me and Logan Paul, we're tight. We have a great friendship.
And
Logan Paul is going to be on the channel, everyone. Logan Paul is going to be on Kitchen Table TCG.
Oh my God.
This is the announcement.
If he brings on the Island Boys, he could bring us on. Because let me tell you.
Island Boys are out now.
I'm an Island Boy, basically.
This is the official announcement. You guys are missing this. You think I'm joking. This is the official announcement. Logan Paul is going to be on Kitchen Table TCG.
Are you?
No. Don't give into his clickbait, Mick. Don't give into his clickbait. Don't do it. This is every video he does this year. Okay.
That's how you get 1 million views. I hit 1 million views. I'm close. Probably not by the end of the year. We'll probably be like 10,000 short by the end of the year. I know you guys don't care about that, but that'd be pretty cool.
I mean, it would be cool.
Interrupting me, I'm gonna take away my views. Okay. So,
let's million of them.
I'll be honest. My content consumption has cratered the last 6 months of this year. I basically only watch Rudy.
And then we're talking Metazoo Minute. We're going to talk about...
Okay, Metazoo Minute's a surprise till the end like it is every week. So Louis won't spoil it at the beginning.
4,000 Walmarts. That's what we're talking about. All right, let's start.
I now feel more sick than when I started this podcast.
Let's go. Let's go, baby. I'm stoked. This is good. Okay. This is going to be my favorite episode of the year.
Of course, it's with me. Yeah. All right. So Sexy Bravo. Let's talk about it.
What do you want to talk about? I think it's great that we got some information about Everfest before the end of the year. I was stoked about that.
I think that was great.
It's a new talent. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. What did you say about new talent?
Everything, just sex appeal, just to really ramp up the game and get people interested.
Wait, I'm talking about the fat guy Bravo, like the guy with the sexy mustache.
Right.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
just a new
Bravo?
talent. It's a new talent added to the system, is what
That's
I'm
fine.
saying.
Great.
Why do you think
All
it's a new talent added to the system?
Because of because of the spoiler card.
Mhm.
Nope, there's no talent on the spoiler
There's
card.
no talent yet, but I think Mick is projecting that there might be.
You
Yes.
think that Bravo star of the show is going to have a talent?
Yeah, sexy talent.
I like DM Armada's suggestion.
Shout out to DM Armada. Continue.
That the card slot, the carnival slot is going to be alt art of the heroes in carnival form. So you'll have Bravo star of the show. That'll be an alt art in the carnival
I
slot.
will pay an offensive amount of money for a cold foil carnival briar. I will put that out there right now. I will be the idiot that we all rail against on this podcast who buys it on release week for like 5 times more than it will be in the next 2 weeks. I will warn you guys now. I know
hope
I'm
we
going to
don't go
overpay
there.
for it, but like, screw you guys. I want it.
Yeah.
So here is why I love this armory kit. First, like, let's be clear here. LSS has the best armory kits, but that's always true.
Yeah.
Like, here's why I love this. This one is fun. This is the second fun one in a row.
Yep.
It's not serious. It's fun.
I think it's serious. I think the cards are going to have actual effect. That's my hot take.
But, like, he looks fun.
Yeah, sure.
It looks fun.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is like, I think this is. I wonder if this is not LSS hinting that they're going to make us a pivot a little bit, a little pivot into more fun art versus serious art.
Yeah. I mean, the carnival theme would do that, right? I mean, I know I said when I think of carnival, I think of
That's because
carnival.
you're depressing.
But like, I think that's a good segment, and it sets up really well for like, what's the next set going to be? It probably, Monarch was dark. This is light. Tails was light. Maybe we go back to the pits and go dark again. You know what I mean?
No, don't listen to James White. Make this
We're
thing.
not going to the pits. We're going to Everfest.
I want plush. I want stuffed animals on every card.
What? You think
That's
the
a
art?
carnival.
Yeah, that's cool. That's fun.
Oh my God, can you imagine if they have like the little Squishmallows on every card? Squishmallows has their own card game coming out.
Do they? Another TCG. That's just what we need.
It's gonna fail.
Yeah, I would think so.
Don't. I
wanna...
as somebody who buys a lot of Squishmallows for my business, don't buy the Squishmallow card game. It's a collectible card game.
What is it called? Squishmallow?
It is the hottest piece of plush in the world.
I didn't realize that plush is that like a thing? Like there's hot plushes?
Oh yeah.
Like you have to go to arcades to get them though?
No, you can go to your store if you're lame, but all the cool kids go to arcades and fun parks and movie theaters and bowling alleys and give George money.
I don't understand plushes. I mean, my daughter loves them. She's got 2 Pokemon. Well, she's got. I bought her a Charmander snuggle thing. Yeah, it's like a pillow. She loves that thing, and its eyes are shut. Anyway,
if you need help getting cheap plush, I got you.
You kind of rip people off, so I've seen your prices.
On my plush?
I don't know. I'm just giving you a hard time. Stop it. You give me a hard time all the time.
This is why I call you the leader of the New Age movement. This is the negativity I've heard about.
Oh my gosh. Like the negativity is just amplified when you give it a name.
like New Age?
You are
like new school.
You're just adding to it. You're making jokes thinking that it's gonna help, but it's just adding.
No, I don't really care if it helps.
That's fine. All right. My big thing about this armor kit is that they gave us something before Everfest to be excited about and to be talking about. And I think that is a direction for LSS that we have said on this podcast that we want. And so it's nice to see them listening to and taking some of the community's feedback, not just on this podcast, but other places.
Well, the only thing that matters is this podcast. I think that like this in the Bone Zone, I think that this is I've been very happy with the rollout of Everfest so far. It's been their best rollout so far.
Other than Channel Fireball pre-orders at $160.
I think that's great. I think that's cheap. I think
they lowered it
to like $250.
In their defense, they lowered it after like 24 hours
because nobody bought it
to $110.
which is
don't
buy
pre-order
that.
Everfest. If you're gonna pre-order Everfest, go to your LGS and tell them you want a case at MSRP.
Yeah.
Don't be a jerk.
Yeah, I agree. I wish we as stores had our allocation. So
Yeah,
that's
what
a
are
thing
you
like
gonna
that drives me nuts. Like, I don't know. I wish we had
So
anyway.
the reserve list, Louis, set us up.
We're already done with the armor kit?
What do you want? Okay, what else do you
We're
want to
10
talk
minutes
about?
in. I don't know. What do you guys think about the cape? I think the cape's cool. I think we may see capes. Do you think we see capes? No one's
Bring
talking
some,
about
like,
the
Harry
cape.
Potter stuff in.
I want to talk about capes.
All right, let me tell you this about Harry Potter.
Wait, so I could not talk about coffee last week, but you want to talk about capes?
Listen,
wanna
the
talk-
comments loved your coffee. I will publicly admit I am wrong and that I should have let you talk more about coffee because
All
that's
right.
all the comment section wanted.
Can somebody clip that and send that to me? The I am wrong thing. Just send that to me, and
And then-
I'm going to make that my ringtone.
You're going to get a button that just says, I am wrong. And he'll just press it on his keyboard during the podcast.
I'm going to make it my ringtone. It's going to be
I'm
great.
sure Ice 9 will mint it. It'll be me
Calls.
going like this, and I'm wrong. And it'll be like in our server, it'll be like,
and make sure Louis gets 10% of the royalties. And that way, anytime we want to use it, we just we just sell it and Louis gets his
Louis idiot
NFTs.
in the Discord.
Yeah.
So I am not a Harry Potter fan. Let me say that.
oh,
I
here we
don't.
go.
I've never read the books. I watched all the movies all in one sitting with my best friend.
That's awesome.
That sounds horrible.
It was terrible. It was awful.
You see Harry Potter age. You see Harry Potter. You see
watch
him
all the Harry
age 20
Potters.
years. You see him
And
age
I
20
just finished
years.
the new Matrix. Have you guys watched Matrix Resurrections yet?
No, but let me tell you what would have saved Harry Potter movies. Will Ferrell. If you put Will Ferrell in literally anything, I'm going to watch the daylights out
Have
of
you
it.
watched his new show that he came out with?
Yeah,
That's
I
on
would,
Apple TV.
I
the-
watch everything Will
The
Ferrell.
Shrink Next Door, I believe, is what it's called.
Like, I don't know what it would have to be titled. It would have to be like Will Ferrell does Magic the Gathering for me to maybe think about not watching it. He is I remember watching Talladega Nights in the theaters.
Yeah, if he ain't first, you're last.
And I remember almost dying of laughter. I was
Yes.
crying for half the movie.
It's a good one.
That movie, the first time through, is one of the best experiences I've had.
That's a
Just the
good one.
best.
That and Step Brothers.
And
Like,
Anchorman.
yeah, I
He
mean,
doesn't
sure.
miss. He doesn't miss.
But
He's
the thing is,
amazing.
it doesn't have as much replayability.
What?
Kicking and screaming was a
I'm
myth.
not saying that you can't watch it. I've watched Talladega Nights. I don't know how many times.
Talladega Nights and Tommy Boy are the
I
two
watch
greatest
Christmas
films
Vacation,
ever produced.
National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation once a year, and it gets me every time.
Talladega Nights and Tommy Boy are the two best films ever made. Ever.
I mean, I think that says a lot about you, George.
Yeah.
I'm going to also start calling you Frank the Tank.
Yeah. That's right.
Because I know you drink a lot, especially when you get those little, pineapple, whatever they're called.
Those are good.
I agree
The
with you
VIP.
about Tommy Boy.
Frank the Tank said that too about some beer. He was like, "Oh, this is good." Yeah.
Tommy
and
Boy's-
then next thing we know,
Tommy Boy's a
George
good
is
one.
drinking.
Tommy Boy's great.
Okay.
Okay. So I hope
Back
they
on
have the
track.
capes.
Now we talk about movies.
I think the capes would be cool.
I mean, yeah. I don't
You
know
know
why.
what's cool?
Maybe a cloak instead. Well, imagine you had a cloak of invisibility and you
What
could
if
just
you put a cloak and a
dodge.
cape?
I have no idea.
Cloaks and
Anybody
capes
answer
are
that
not
one?
anywhere the same, guys. Cloaks go over you and cover your entire. It cloaks you. It covers you up.
All right,
A
put in the
cape-
comments if Louis is wrong or not, because I have no idea.
No,
A
I think
cape
you're right.
is
Don't
just
you-
on your back. Listen, I played RuneScape. I've seen the items. I know what they do.
He lives.
This
Louis,
is something
how do I know you're
that I
telling the
am
truth?
expert at.
play
I have.
RuneScape.
Listen, I
We
have
actually already
a
have cloaks in the
99
game,
cooking
though.
skill cape. Like I know.
We
what
already
a
have
cape is.
cloaks. We already have cloaks.
That's
We
true.
do have cloaks.
It came in the most recent set. So why wouldn't we just keep making more cloaks?
If you look at the artwork for the new Bravo,
Yeah.
I think that there's something there. The highlight of that artwork is the cape, and I think we're gonna see capes. It's just
That's
something.
a weird
The only
cape, though.
thing
It
I
has
was
like
talking about
shoulder
was the-
pads on it.
What's
No,
else
that
that
is-
was for Mustache Bravo?
Capes without shoulder pads are weird.
Wait, what?
Are we in the 90s again? It's like,
What?
oh, a suit's weird without shoulder pads.
Listen,
I know
RuneScape
it's one,
skill capes have shoulder pads. That's all you need to know. And such flesh and blood capes should have shoulder
I
pads.
now know why Louis loves Fab so much is his parallels to his childhood with RuneScape.
Can capes have shoulder blade? pads?
Yes.
I'm looking right now at the artwork, and it has shoulder pads, like really pronounced shoulder pads.
They come up, they're like decorative
Now,
things.
Bravo's
Like,
a massive man, but like it's like super decorative and like looks armor-like almost, and it comes over his entire shoulder.
I don't know why. Whenever I see Bravo, it reminds me of Rob, and I think they look similar. But then I see Rob, and they look nothing alike. But like in my head, they're always identical.
I think
the same about you and Briar, but I just don't really share that.
That's fine.
Capes could remove an equipment slot, so they could take up an equipment slot, but give you access
They already do.
Other card pools.
Cloaks already take up a whole equipment slot.
Right, I know, but what I'm saying is the cape could provide no benefit other than giving you access to other card pools, like talent systems.
What if? Oh, that means so it'd be like a cloak.
Oh my gosh! All right, let's move on.
Like a cloak changes you. A cape doesn't change you. It doesn't turn you into a superhero. The cape's not what made Superman.
Listen, if you have a 99 strength skill cape and runes cape, you are a superhero. I can promise you.
Yes, but how much did you have to farm for that 99?
Yeah, it's a lot of farming. All right.
Yeah.
I think the capes are cool.
I regret this podcast. Continue.
Yeah.
Let's move on.
Because like George is like, I'm wasting my life. I'm already dying from the flu likely, and then I'm wasting my time doing this.
This is my last podcast. What a way to go out. I want Will Ferrell to do my eulogy.
Honestly, if you die tomorrow, I'll make sure to share this with him. I'll find it somehow.
Logan Paul can just take his spot. He's going to be on the channel.
Jesus.
I want to go on his channel. I don't care if it goes on yours. I want to do Impulsive.
Did you see? I mean, what did he buy? How many millions?
No,
we're going to talk about. That's the Pokemon side. Let's talk about the reserve list. Reserve list Magic the Gathering. Okay.
Here we go.
So,
let me go ahead.
Let me paint the picture. Listen,
paint the picture.
Paint the picture for the noob.
Let me preface this that my prep for this has been nothing other than listening to Desolator Magic talk about it. So like that is the official prep. I want to so shout out to Desolator Magic because that's the official prep. But the reserve list, they basically Mark Rosewater had some conversations and I put everybody up into arms, and essentially their actions, the words that they are saying doesn't matter, but their actions are that they are kind of starting to reprint cards in different names in ways that they haven't done in the past. So and I actually have examples for you. So Rock of the Kerr Ridges is a reserve list Magic the Gathering card that is a red and 3 generic for 3/3 with flyer, and they've never printed like a solely better version of this card, right? The closest thing that they've gotten to it is Skyfire Kurin, which came out in Kamigawa, which is a 3/3 flyer that has a benefit, so it's actually a strictly better card, but it costs 2 red and 2 generic, so you could argue that it is a harder card to play. But now with the new set, there's Moonveil. George is falling asleep.
Which I actually need a screenshot of that.
Which is a strictly better card. It is.
What is the point?
The point is that they are going against their actions. That now the reserve list. Hold on. Let me say it. Let me paint it. Let me paint it first.
No. You're painting garbage.
You're not painting it very well because I have no idea what the F you're talking about. Give me like layman's terms what the big idea here is.
When they said the reserve list,
of the reserve list,
they will not reprint cards like Black Lotus. They will not reprint Black Lotus in any form. Now, they never came out and said that they wouldn't print a better Black Lotus, but they just said, and for the last 25 years, it's just been in the spirit of the reserve list. They haven't printed a better Black Lotus. That a Black Lotus 0 cost, it allows you to destroy it to generate 3 resources. So hypothetically, they could do one that is called, the better Lotus, and it's 4 resources, and that doesn't technically break the reserve list, but it gives you a better
George Lotus. But continue.
The George Lotus.
It's the exact art.
But they said they create the reserve list and said we'll never create a card more powerful than these ones in the reserve list.
No. That's what I'm saying. They never actually said that, but in 25 years they haven't done a strictly solely better
until
card.
now.
Let me help Louis because he's struggling, obviously.
Oh my gosh.
They said that what they said is they will not print a mechanically identical card.
Yes.
Louis trying to say through a lot of words that they have hinted through actions that they will not, that they took that to mean they will not print a mechanically identical card or one that's objectively better.
Right.
Now it can be subjectively better, but it could not be objectively better.
Until this new set, Midnight Hunt.
But now they're saying, but now Louis, again, trying to say, not to grade the content, that I'm the king of the new age now, that they have gone against this, and they are now printing objectively better cards than on the reserve list.
And here's the biggest question, and I think the one that we would probably want to discuss and have I think this is important if we're going to discuss other card games that we actually have an opinion on the podcast of this.
I have very strong opinions on. I have the strongest opinions of Magic of any card game other than Metazoo.
Does it matter? In like, does the reserve list matter? In other words, I think hypothetically where this goes is like maybe we see a secret layer power 9 where it's like
baby.
they just
baby.
Like,
give me.
They just
watch the world burn.
I said the exact same thing. As soon as you said "watch the world," I was like, "It's gonna burn. It's all just gonna catch flames."
I would love nothing more than like the Purple Lotus secret layer that's $10,000 and they sell 1 million of them.
Right. So like the question is, if that happens, does that actually affect the value of an original, Power 9 or Black Lotus or whatever? And like I know George has an opinion. I'm sure Mitch will accumulate an opinion and as he learns about the reserve list. But like I think it would have
You're doing great.
I think it would have a knee-jerk reaction at first. There would be a reaction, but long-term, I don't think it would actually matter for the reserve list cards.
So I think that would depend. Some are played.
Okay. Yeah, it probably depends on the card. Like I think maybe revised dual lands.
Yeah.
Maybe you see that affect those. The supply is pretty high on them. And
but I mean, let's separate this out. Reserve list cards that are played, it would have an obvious and significant effect on them, in my opinion. Right? If I have a reserve list dual land in my commander deck, and I paid $400 for it, and the new one's $20, I'm not going to, I'm not giving Morrow a Christmas card this year.
Okay,
but if I have a BGS 9.5 signed Black Lotus, I don't think it matters. And
what if you just have a BGS 9.5 or a raw Lotus?
So I don't think for the Lotus it matters because I don't know very many people who are actually playing with a Black Lotus in their deck. Like,
sure,
I don't think that's going to be a thing. Like, I think there's probably a cutoff. It's probably like cards over X amount of dollars won't see a significant thing because most people, even my friends, most people proxy dual lands. They don't buy, they don't buy dual lands to put in their deck. Most people, it's so easy to get a Magic proxy. Like for $40, you can get a whole set of revised dual lands that are proxied. I don't proxy cards because I don't
allow proxies in my store.
People play in proxies in your store and you don't know about it.
I don't allow proxies in my store as per the guidelines.
People play with proxies.
Wait, so is that
I don't allow proxies in my store as per company guidelines.
Yeah. Every store every store does that, and every store doesn't know that people play with proxies. It's just the way it is. Especially in the era of like especially in the era of like Magic altars and stuff like that.
Okay. I will say this. I think the reserve list is absolutely stupid and atrocious. I am sorry, Rudy. I love you. They should reprint. They should do a reserve list secret layer that reprints the entire reserve list all in one fell swoop, and it should be $1 a card.
Can reserve list cards be played in Modern?
No.
As long as okay. So this
Modern,
is nothing to do with Modern.
But like Modern's not playable, so that doesn't really matter that much.
Hey, I have heard that Modern.
If you defend Modern,
listen, I don't play Modern, so I have no actual. This is like me defending. This is like me saying, like talking about competitive fab.
You know who else doesn't play Modern? Everybody. Nobody plays Modern.
I have two friends that play Modern every week.
Where?
At LGS's. Listen, LGS is here. That's all they do is Modern and Commander.
What?
Mm-hmm.
They need to reevaluate their lives.
Listen, this is West Virginia. This is West Virginia.
Oh, you have no pros.
We're 20 years behind. So in 20 years,
sets, you guys probably just got Ikoria.
Yeah, in 20 years we will start playing Flesh and Blood, and in 20 years,
and that's how you sell your collection.
It'll all move forward. You know,
and that'll make you sell your collection.
If we can survive the pandemic, which will start in 18 years in West Virginia.
Yeah, they'll probably have about 30 variants by then.
I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, I hate the reserve list. I think Fab does it right. Have a special version of the card that is untouchable and is collectible and cool.
Well, that went away. That doesn't really exist anymore.
I mean, like, but it will if the game lasts for 100 years. 20, yeah.
Hot take by Mitch.
-1 for Mitch.
Like what? Cold foils and rainbow foil legendaries are about the same price right now for the most recent set.
In 40 years is my guess.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
So like, I like the way they do it. They have this is the cool version that's limited, but like I can reprint everything in rainbow foil forever.
Sure.
Like they can reprint the rainbow foil heart in 25 years, and all we can say is, "Wow!" I mean, like it
would still look cool.
I think I like it. They should do that. No card should be above being reprinted if it gets needed. No card.
For sure.
No card. I think the reserve list is absolutely stupid, and I think like they should get rid of it. And I'm sorry, Rudy. I still love you. But like I got the professor's back on this one.
I think it's important to remember
that has a card that is better or arguably potentially or hairline better in some ways, harder to play in others. So there's a balance to the mechanism. But to Louis' point, this is the first time that they've created a card that is teetering on that line and playing with it.
No, it's not teetering. No. It is a strictly better card.
Every other time it's been subjectively better. You could argue it's better or worse.
Yeah.
This is objectively better.
There's nothing worse in it. It is the same cost. It is the same type.
The cost is a little bit more.
No, cost is
okay. It's the same cost. The only difference is one is a dragon and one is a rock, whatever a rock is. It looks like a dragon though, so we're gonna call.
Oh, you can't play that card.
What do you mean?
You hate the rock.
So George, I just finished watching Christmas Story, and it just occurs to me the reason you're so likable for me is you look like the child from Christmas Story. That face right there was the face he made when he dozed off and was talking about his BB gun. Like I was just like, I saw it. I was like, oh my god, George. Are you sure you were not a child actor from the?
I was.
don't know. I mean, that was so you.
Louis is Googling it right now. Googling it right now.
It looked identical to him.
Just call this May the Zoo be with you.
You see it, Louis?
TCG podcast.
Louis, can you just like edit it in and like just cover?
It's already here. It's here. Oh my gosh. Wait, George, can you go like this? Can you go?
No, it's it. Like that's it. I've like noticed this all year, like, and I just watched Christmas Story and it clicked just now. I just watched Christmas Story 2 nights ago.
Oh wait, this one's even better. Oh wait.
I mean, we can't see what you're doing.
I know, but you can watch it later. Oh, he's telling his wife about it.
No, I have to drink more coffee because I'm dying.
Oh my gosh, it's the same person. George, I didn't. No wonder you're so rich. Like this is where you can afford your. Every 100 times my wife watches that movie.
It's not my 1,500 square foot game store that made me this way?
No, it's the movie, man.
It wasn't that actually. We know it wasn't that.
No, it was not that.
It was arcades.
It's the
and
movie.
Then before that, consulting.
I'll be honest.
Real talk. Arcades was the retirement plan. That was just the cruising.
That just made this the best podcast we've done. That was great.
I would agree.
Mitch,
I'm looking forward, Louis, to going back for and seeing that.
I take back every negative thing I said about your coffee, love.
Thank you.
That's too high of a price to pay. Take it back.
I realize, though, in the conversation, so my coffee knowledge level is high. I have friends that are like talking about coffee on a molecular level, talking about volatile compounds. Like
Louis is about to bleed. His tongue is going to bit so hard.
Let's just leave it that we're even now. Let's just leave it. Let's just slow down.
I'll just say this. There's a guy who won a barista competition way back when, right? And just hear me out.
I'm in mainly because of Louis'
Somebody
face.
in the comments of the YouTube video went, "This is like the quintessential." Like, he's also English, and he's very British, and just the accent and everything. They're like, "This is like, you cannot layer coffee snobbery any better than this guy." Like, it's just the way in which he talks about it. I got to find that video because it is just like a whole nother level. He's talking about like an espresso machine and giving a review on it.
Send it to me. I'll be sure to watch it.
You know what? I think we should have a coffee. I'm either going to have to start like a coffee TCG adjacent podcast or just have a new session in here where we talk about coffee.
You should reach out to Lauren. Lauren does her TCG player store is cards and coffee, and she wants to open up.
I do remember that.
She wants to open up a coffee shop that's like coffee and cards.
All right, Lauren is GOAT. We can get all.
I agree,
100%. Right? Lauren is GOAT.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it needs booze too.
And
but
Ice9 was formerly GOAT till he removed me from some of the channels on your Discord.
it's because you were getting carried away. I will just say I've never had privileges revoked.
If I want to post in the video alert section, I believe I have that.
We deleted the video alert section.
What?
I did a survey with my patrons, and that was the number one. That was really the only negative reviews.
I don't disagree.
Survey. I would have had a lot more negative.
You're not the
There's a new video.
I would have had a lot more negative. I'd be like, made this movie with he's great, but the idiot in the middle.
All right, Pokemon, Logan Paul.
Wait, are we done with the reserve list?
Yeah, we solved it.
We solved it. Don't do it. And just reprint the cards is what Louis said, right?
I shared my opinion. I don't think it would have. I don't think it matters. I agree. I think they should do a secret.
Do you support the reserve list as a whole?
I think there's a line. Like,
where's the line then?
I don't think that they should reprint every card on the reserve list all at once.
Everything.
I think I don't honestly think that it would affect the market that much.
I also Papa Hasbro has one thing on their mind. And it's not collector value. Yeah. It is shareholder value.
Well, I don't wonder if there's not like a potential that they just want to milk the company and sell.
That has been my contention for 2 years that they're trying to sell.
You think they'll just try and sell WotC?
Yeah.
The question is who buys it?
Well, I mean, like
Asmodee just got purchased again, right?
Yeah. For super cheap.
Which is not great for Hasbro and trying to sell WotC. I know that's a different kind of business model.
I don't know. Like, I think I'll be honest. Like, I wonder if they sold to a PE firm, what would happen. I think that would be very good for the game.
So I recently was in a conversation with somebody talking about Dragon Ball Z. Okay. And this is what I was shocked about. Not Dragon Ball Z. What's the game?
Dragon Ball Super.
Is it Dragon Ball?
Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, okay. It was Dragon Ball. Okay. So here's what baffled me. The list of the top 100 franchises in the world. What's number one?
Pokemon.
Guess what's not even on the list?
Magic
the Gathering. Not even on the list. That's like crazy to me. Like everything else is on the list. Everything else is on the list. Dragon Ball is on the list. I'm popping up right now. This is according to Wikipedia.
But Dragon Ball has a TV show. It has all this other additional IP value. Is Metazoo on the list?
Metazoo is not on the list yet. 2022 though.
Mike, let's get going, baby.
But
top franchises. Get all the verticals firing up.
Here is like.
Digimon is on the list.
I know the podcast that had the most engagement.
But these all have shows and they're global recognized.
Exactly. And this is my point. Magic is trying to. They're going to do a show. They're doing.
What about League of Legends?
I don't know. They're trying to do all these things to make them this
kind of
high
franchise. They stuck at character development. Like that's what they need. They need somebody to come in.
They don't have the lore to drive it.
Care about the character.
League of Legends is on the list.
And
it should be.
Nobody cares about the magic character, and like I think they were trying this with let's go to Innistrad 20 times in 2021, but like it didn't work. Like now they hate Innistrad, and as somebody who has 30 trillion cases of Crimson Vow, I am with you. Damn, like you were gonna bury me in Crimson Vow boxes.
I just like, man, I just think that's the goal. Is
like that's how you get the multiple up. Like, right? They want to sell at a high multiple. They got to figure that out so they can sell at the right multiple.
Yeah. And that's what I think. I think they build it up, and I think part of that is they got to cash out. They got to get their. If they did a Power 9 thing, it would generate so much income, and then they can sell the company.
Yeah,
I don't know who buys the company. That's the question.
PE firm will buy the company. That's easy.
Yeah, as long as they seem like this is the other thing though, is they have to be able to show like growth, and I think that's why they've been doing releases every two weeks, is just to show that growth, that revenue growth. Well, that's the hard thing, is you have to be able to show what, George, what would you need, like 10-20% growth year over year?
Yeah, if you want a good multiple. But I mean, like one of the takeaways I got from the Black Friday TCG player release,
just going to talk about this. Yep.
Was that people tended to buy one game. Magic people bought Magic. Pokemon people bought Pokemon. Fab people bought Fab.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't know that. The only thing they said, no, we don't know that. It was the top 3 games, 92% of people.
That's true.
Yeah, you're stealing what I said to you. And so I know what I actually said. The top 92% of people who purchased the top 3 games only purchased 1 game.
Yeah. Interesting.
So like that explains why they can do releases every 6 weeks and nobody seems to care, because all Magic people want is more Magic.
Yep, 100%.
And I will say, like, I feel bad for you. I like my heart.
Exhausting.
My heart
both
breaks
my
for
wallet
you
and my mental capacity.
I mean, like,
it doesn't make anything special. It makes really like spoilers just kind of meh.
Firstly, and this is like, so it's funny. I had a very we're on Christmas break at my store for the students, and a couple of people had to stick around, and I had a very long talk with one of my bigger Magic players. I'm curious. I'm like genuinely curious as to like why you won't switch to Fab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And he's like, listen, every 6 weeks I get to learn a new set.
Yeah.
Every month there's something different. And like he likes that there's this constant.
So some people do love that.
He loves it. And he's like, listen, like I can't imagine going from a set every month and a half to
every
3 4
months
a year.
Right.
And he's like, that's a big difference. So like, money is not an issue for this young man.
Most of them, yeah.
So he's like, I get to do a pre-release every 6 weeks. That's awesome.
Yeah, and also Magic is different. Like, man, I don't know very many people who try to complete a set of Magic.
No,
these days.
nobody.
Like, they're just building a deck and selling their extra cards. So
or buying a booster and selling singles.
Whereas what you're seeing in the alternative TCG markets right now is people are trying to complete sets. People are trying to, so like you don't end up making money back if you're a consumer. Like there's just like a difference in that attitude, and that will probably change. Honestly, I think that will have to change.
It's already changing. Like there's going to be way less tail sets than there are alpha sets.
I don't know that that's true. There's way more players for Tails than there were in Alpha when you can afford that. But the new player is not going to create a WTR set.
Right.
So therefore, and now especially that Unlimited's out of print, like it's even harder now. Like I made an unlimited WTR set, but now if I was just starting with Tails, I would probably just do a Tails.
Yeah.
And so then you devalue the idea of creating a set. So then, whatever. I just don't think that that's going to continue. But I don't know. I think like that's a great way to bring in revenue. I think it happens. I mean, I don't know if it happens next year, but I think it definitely happens. And then they sell.
I'm ready, and the good part is we'll never have to buy salt again. So like I'm really excited about that. All our food will be seasoned. It'll be wonderful and glorious.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Rudy. I feel bad. I still love you, Rudy. I
don't think it would affect Rudy.
Oh, this is absolutely offensive. Like he is like my.
He's so heavy into reserve list stuff.
I first got turned on to Rudy because he was like very adamant about defending the reserve list.
Well, he's defending it for himself in a way, right? Because of how vested he is in that.
Listen, again, love Rudy. Rudy does nothing that doesn't benefit his finances.
Well, he said it's apparent too. It's not like he hides that.
No, sure. I love him.
Watch his video on the Fab parts.
Rudy is American capitalism in embodied form, and that's why we all love him. He is like He is both the boogeyman and the hero of this country.
Des dunked on Rudy in this video.
Did he really?
Oh, he was dunking on all investors. I'm sure Des later would dunk on you, George.
Well, it's
Why? I'm a good
because you're an
guy.
evil investor.
Yeah,
Oh, tell him to come on. I'll have a chat with
he was
him.
like, and this
No
is
different than the
exactly
guy on
what.
Facebook who said slabbing expensive cards and fab is hurting the game.
It was
It's exactly
great.
mantra.
All right, speaking of investors, the greatest goat of all time, who's going to be on the channel. We're going to do he's going to take George's spot as the evil investor on May the Zoo be with you. Logan Paul, Pokemon. Logan Paul purchased a $3.5 million
cheap.
$3.5 million Pokemon base set first edition case.
Oh, a case.
A sealed
Wait,
case, authenticated.
Go ahead, and I will.
How do you authenticate a sealed case without opening it?
There's a company that does it. They're big in sports.
Yeah.
What do they do? Just like 3D,
They
like
analyze the tape.
they X-ray it?
analyze the cardboard. It's an intense procedure.
goodness.
Then they wrap it themselves.
Yeah.
In their wrapping, so that you know it's sealed case from them.
That's insane. But like, are they X-raying it to ensure that there's
yeah.
actually cards
If they
in
need
it?
to, they will. They've done that for Alpha,
That's
for Magic
crazy.
Alpha.
Sure.
I had this talk on the Bone Zone, and it was like, I think people misunderstand how much bigger and more expensive sports cards are. People are like, it is like comical. People are like, oh my god, the Black Lotus sold for $2 million. I'm like, there's going to be like 20 cards this year in sports that are going to sell for more than that from this
That's
year's set.
crazy.
Well, especially when Gary Vee got involved in it, it all just.
Yeah, I mean, like even
I
before
mean,
Gary Vee, like
there's a lot of
sports are
people that are Gary Vee getting into it.
Oh
So,
yeah, that
I
was.
jumped into
huge
his
point.
Discord, by the way. That Discord is insane.
I gotta get in there.
The
I
V
love Gary Vee.
friends.
I love Gary. You have a
Do you
V
have a-
friend?
No, I can't afford a V friend, Louis.
That's why I was shocked.
I don't have just 5 figures of just ETH just sitting around just to go buy a single V friend.
All right.
Did you see that he's doing a Mattel partnership too?
We can't talk
They're
about
doing a
NFTs.
V-friend Uno.
The comment section will leave us.
Why? Because
No,
it's
us.
NFT related?
You. Not
All
us,
right,
just
Logan
you.
Paul. Logan Paul, go back.
Sorry.
Bring it in.
Okay.
$3.5
Tangential.
million Pokemon case, first edition. It looks to be between a 40 and 50% premium over first edition boxes.
Yeah, I did that math for you earlier today.
Yeah, that part's actually true. I like the first part. All right, you ready for the hot take?
It's cheap. Well, we
This
all
was
agree.
cheap.
Yeah, everyone agrees.
He got a great deal. Because here's what's important. Don't get sick.
I'm catching the flu from George.
I feel like death. This might be the only first edition case left in existence.
Yeah, and that's where I think is the key. So, additionally, the last one that sold was 30 I can't talk today.
388,000.
384,000. I think we saw one that sold for 40 grand too, but
It sold for 405. Now, and also keep in mind, he bought this was a private sale, so he didn't have to pay a buyer's premium at an auction.
That's nice.
and this was also in July, the last sale. So to me it's and July was a low point in collectibles too. That was after the kind of Pokemon hype had started dying down. So I do think that this was a good deal.
I think it's a great deal. I think it's well, it's also I don't know,
What is he going to do with
one of
it?
one.
You think he's just going to hold it?
Yeah.
This is my question was, does he do some sort of crazy break?
No,
Dude.
no.
He
No.
already was doing a thing where he was
No.
going to open some packs on whatnot or something.
Open a
He
box.
has-
There's
he
a
has-
bunch of boxes.
He has 5
There's-
other boxes.
and he can go buy more tomorrow.
What's insane, I saw an interview with him and he was talking about his monthly expenses. His monthly expenses are 5 times of what I spend in a year.
That doesn't
I saw
surprise
his
me.
interview
He is
with the
Logan
Island
Paul.
Boys, and they almost fought.
It's just a mind-boggling. So does Logan Paul come from money?
Island boy.
I don't
have no
know.
idea.
No, I have no
But
clue.
I just know that
When's
through
he gonna
YouTube
open
and
this
other
Metazoo?
avenues.
He had the picture of him with the zoo. We gotta get
Yeah.
him back on that train.
People hate that idea. The community is divided about the Logan Paul.
Well,
and the
they're rightly so though, because there was this weird scalper syndrome that happened with Pokemon.
Oh, idiot! Listen,
It adds value to the
Logan,
cards,
I will
but
say
also
this.
makes it harder to obtain.
Logan Paul is great for collectibles, and I don't care if you idiots want to
I
fight
don't
me about in the
disagree.
comment section.
Of course, George feels that way.
Because George has a vested interest.
The dollar signs are rolling. Listen, I think there's a time frame where it's okay. Like as Metazoo progresses and more people are able to hop in before Logan Paul gets in, that's a win. At some point, if Metazoo is successful, Logan Paul is going to be interested because he's Logan Paul and he likes collectibles. And I think that's what's happening. I think Logan Paul owes it to the community to
Think Pokemon's all in on the zoo.
I mean, it's going to happen, and I think he's probably waiting for the right time for it to happen, so he doesn't do what he did with.
It's going to be Wilderness. I think it's going to be Wilderness.
You think he's coming in with Wilderness? I'm excited for the next set. It's really been interesting to see stuff incrementally, like even the card, not necessarily quality, but like composition of like artwork get better.
We got our second edition, and I will say this: it is astonishing how much better the gameplay is for Nightfall.
So you guys, what about second edition?
I got it, and it is amazing how much better Nightfall is.
Are you just playing by yourself, or because we're not supposed to be using it, right?
Well, they had the deck from first edition. I had the deck, I had the box from second edition because I'm a broke boy.
It's different. It's different for sure. It's just not as fleshed out.
Nightfall's great.
I like it.
Nightfall's great.
I'm using Nightfall for my how to play video.
Who do y'all think is going to be like the target market for second edition? All those who messed out on first.
Yeah, it's going to be for players.
Are we moving on to the minute?
No, let's just finish the Logan Paul thing. I mean, listen, I think he got a great deal. I think listen, like, it's him and King Pokemon, right? Those are the two that you could tell a story where they buy this thing.
Here's what I like about this, and this is going back to the Gary V with the sports cards. Yeah. Gary V posted a video once where he was talking about how he got so much slack for getting involved in sports cards, and he's like, I've been doing sports cards since I was 6. Like, this is like, there's nothing more authentic than me doing sports cards. Yeah. And like, Logan Paul loves Pokemon. Like, this wasn't like a marketing, like, he was.
Have you seen him open it and how excited he gets when he opens it? Yeah.
Like, just because he's because he's an influencer, he shouldn't be prevented from like enjoying something that he enjoys. And so, like, I don't know, like, I think what this tells me though is like he took a step back and then now he's all in again. Like, now he's like, I'm sure that
I mean, like, I suspect he didn't take a step back, he just didn't post it as much.
Yeah, but like they
are publicizing this, which I think is interesting. There's somebody who took the effort. This could have been a private sale that nobody knew about.
Yeah, but Logan Paul is not a private person. His entire life is.
I don't disagree with you. Like, I'm just saying, yeah.
I think that this is kind of one of those things where like you gotta give benefit of doubt to somebody that maybe you don't want to give benefit of doubt to, and like
what. I don't know. I'll be very clear here. No offense to Logan Paul, who I'm sure is watching this podcast.
He is, because he's getting ready to be on.
Right. Here's what I know about you. I know you boxed that one dude, and I rooted for you, and it was a tie.
Did everybody hear that? Wait, did everybody? He said he sent me 2.
Get Logan Paul on the podcast. I already owe you 1, which I need to ship today, but I'll give you another one.
No, you said 2 additional, so 3 total crew boxes.
No, I'm not giving you 2 additional. I will give you a total of 2 boxes. I already owe you 1. I'll give you another. I don't have 2 additional.
Boxes are now worth what they were worth when we made the bet in March. Actually, that's not true. All 3 are roughly what they were worth in March.
I understand. I'm just throwing it at them.
Mitch, I'm using your box
lower
for
and lower
stream, so it'll be great.
I know it'll go to good worth. So
I don't know Logan Paul's stuff that well. Like, I literally learned more about Logan Paul this week from his fight with the Island Boys, and everyone stopped talking about than anything else.
I don't even know about that.
I'm an Island Boy.
I don't know.
You don't know who the Island Boys are?
Go ahead and Google that real quick.
What is your...
What do you do with your life?
I don't don't you spend your life on like the internet?
No clue who the Island Boys are. I assume they spell their name with
a Captain Planet was, so maybe it's a problem.
They had their 15 minutes of fame. What I'm realizing is Louis not on TikTok.
No. So, do they spell it BOIZ?
No. So like the Island Boys were like the Captain Planet of 2021, really?
No. No, not close. Not even close.
Wow, I was gonna get him with that one, Mick, and then you blew it. I want to make sure you know that.
No, I have little respect for the Island Boys.
I just hope he went to his wife like, George, tell me about the Captain Planet of 2021.
I already missed out on Captain Planet. I got to get on this next one.
Oh my gosh.
Are you Googling it?
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm getting ready for the Metazoo minute. I'm done talking about Island Boys.
Island Boys. All right, go ahead.
Oh man. All right.
Did you
Metazoo minute.
didn't like what's his name Curry post up about? He actually did a what's it when you can have celebrities do videos for you?
Yeah. They did one about Fab.
They did one for Fab.
I get on Facebook very, very less frequently now, and there are a large amount of people
Why?
who
They love you.
I will not see their posts when they post.
Why?
So
Facebook's been a really supportive place, Louie. I don't know why you're not on it as much.
it's fine. All right, moving on. Metazoo minute.
I view Facebook as a safe place, really. Everybody's nice and rational.
Metazoo minute. Can we move on, please, from this conversation? It makes me feel awkward.
I know. Believe me, I know. All right. So Metazoo.
And George loves awkwardness.
Topic for the second week in a row, even though that was never the deal. But go ahead.
4,000 Walmarts in the next month for Metazoo products. That is way, way more than I thought it was going to be. I'm sure we won't get it in West Virginia because we don't have roads, so you can't get the product to the store. You have to like air flight it in. But like, that's crazy.
Airplanes? I figured the Wright brothers weren't news there yet.
No, you heard it wrong. Helicopter. I said air flight. It has there's no runways. So
gravel.
Do you know what state has the most Walmarts? Wild guess.
California.
West
Texas.
Virginia.
It is Texas. California is a very far third. Florida is a close second. I'm actually kidding. Texas has 600 Walmarts. Florida has 385 in second place.
Here's the issue. I can't find the announcement. That's the issue.
I haven't seen the announcement either.
I just watched Argos Anonymous's video, and everyone's been messaging me about it all day. So
Argos Anonymous is a really great Metazoo content creator.
Oh, he's my favorite. 100%. Oh, are you like, why? There's no joke there. There's like George waiting for a reaction.
No, he's great.
He's the best.
He is the Yazzie of Metazoo.
No.
So Louis, there are 44 Walmarts.
Yazzie is the best Fab creator.
Oh,
dude, do we need
Argos
to talk
Anonymous is the best Metazoo creator.
Okay.
All right. There are 44 West Virginia Walmarts.
Here's the kicker. Walmart's in USA total number. Somebody told me
this is the worst Metazoo we've ever
North
done
Carolina as well. There are more Walmarts in North Carolina than South Carolina.
4,734 stores in the USA. So that means in almost every Walmart. If my understanding of this announcement.
No, there are thousands of Walmarts.
What did I just say? What was my number that I just said?
11,443 is the total number of Walmarts in the nation.
And that's not true. In the United States, it has 4,743.
No.
Around the world is 11,847.
No.
Okay, then the internet is a liar.
I'm looking at the internet.
You can't lie on the internet, and you sold your collection. Continue, Mick.
I did not sell my entire collection.
No, Louis did. Continue.
I'm gonna pop it up on the screen so that the world can see it.
Where are you using corporate Walmart website?
I am using the Googles.
I just want to reflect that this doesn't matter at all for this announcement. I just want to make sure you remember that.
I am wrong. There are 5,300 stores in the United States, according to Walmart's physical corporate website.
Dear God, don't make this my last podcast.
So I was right.
You're already dying. It's fine, George.
This is a terrible way to go.
So I was right. The point is, if the announcement is 4,000 in the USA, which I think that's what the announcement.
All right, hold on one second. We gotta stop here for a second. "Party in the USA" by Miley Cyrus is one of the greatest songs ever created. Continue, Louis.
I've never heard
it. Was Wrecking Ball.
No, I'm just joking.
George, I thought it was Wrecking Ball.
They're both great songs. Continue, Louis.
Great songs. I agree. I think the announcement is 4,000 in the United States. I don't have any way to prove that because there's no official announcement. It's just the Argos Anonymous video. But that's a large percentage either way. I mean, 2/3 of the worldwide Walmarts, or really 90% of the United States Walmarts. That's a huge win.
Yeah.
Like I was worried that it wasn't going to be. I thought like it was going to be like, oh, we're in 100 Walmarts. And I was like, oh, okay, that's great. But
that'd also be amazing.
Sure. Yeah. I agree. It's just
like
not.
here's the trick. He pulled Walmart.
They're
Like,
roughly
that's the headline.
And 10% of them is a good chunk too.
It's like he pulled Walmart.
Yep.
Again, I think I don't quite buy Dr. Rudy's. We're in a collectible bear market. That has not been my experience in my store, at least. But like,
You don't have a normal store, or George. I keep getting all mixed up.
that's the most offensive thing you've ever said.
To
But
me.
like
You're both
that's like
offended.
a compliment to Louis. And
Never been more offended in my life.
I take back everything I said to you, Mitch, earlier.
So like, but like, if we are heading into a bear market for collectibles, if Rudy is right, listen, these new companies are going to fight for how do I get more product into more places, and this is about as big as it gets, right? Like, this is it doesn't get any bigger than Walmart.
Yeah.
What if Fab was in Walmart? What would be the outcome of that? I know we're Metazoo in it, but like, would that change any outcomes? You think?
I don't think Walmart could carry Fab because of the 16 plus.
Oh, interesting. How is Magic not 16 plus with some of like the themes?
Magic 14 plus.
Oh, that's very strategic, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
So,
that's an intentional thing for them. I think
Interesting.
that this is just one of those ways that the game grows, and that's really great.
Yes.
And I think it's a really great announcement.
I think, and I have said this from the get-go, when you're betting on these new companies, you're betting on the CEO. This shows that Mike gets it. Mike is like, I got to get into all these places. I got to grow the game fast because like there's a whole bunch of competition breathing down my neck. And I got to make sure that I'm a step ahead by the time they release. And that's what he's doing. And this is why Mike is GOAT.
I think for me, it's like the idea that we talked about this top grossing media franchises. Like Mike is trying to become Pokemon.
right.
Yep.
Mike is trying to compete and become Pokemon. And if you want to compare other games, like Flesh and Blood is not trying to compete with Pokemon. That's not what they're trying to do. I've said this since day one. Flesh and Blood is trying to become the next top 3 TCG. Like that's what they're trying to do. Mike is trying to become a franchise that makes this list of top IPs. Like that's.
We had a discussion with a couple people last night about like what would it take to be successful if you're like one of these new companies. And I'm like, listen, like I think Fab can be successful with a smaller player base that's highly dedicated to Fab. I think they can do that as a win. I think like Metazoo has to be up in the top 3.
Yeah.
To be considered successful.
Yep.
And I think let me be very clear here. That's a tall task, and I think they will.
And I think it has, if you look
got a ton of faith in the zoo.
If you look at these things, and you guys can't see them, but Pokemon, like their TCG isn't even on the list of their revenue breakdown. It's like licensed merchandise, video games, box office, home entertainment, strategy guidebooks, and jet aircraft sales.
Wait, what?
That's their revenue breakdown. It includes jet aircraft sales. I'm assuming that licensed.
I guess you've been selling some private jets for the company.
I would assume that licensed merchandise is also. I'm using Wikipedia, which will be the comment section. You're using Wikipedia, that doesn't count. But like my point is that like there's a whole wide slew, and this is one of those situations where the Walmart announcement adds to that wide slew. You're going to see plushies. You're going to see all. You're going to see all those things.
George is excited for plushies.
Are you going to carry Metazoo plushes at your?
I have a big problem, and I'll be honest. Like I've thought about this past week. I am too addicted to the zoo.
Oh, I get it, George.
And I'm not just like saying that.
Have you been playing it in store?
I've been playing. My store has been taken over by the zoo. But that's not what I'm talking about. My house has been taken over by the zoo. Yeah. Like I bet I have 40 things wrapping paper here. I have so much Metazoo.
I have more than that wrapping paper.
I'm sure.
I saw your order.
These are all Metazoo hollows.
I am looking.
That I have yet to sleeve. That I need to sleeve.
I don't have Nightfall pins yet. Like, yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited for the Nightfall pins. What am I going to do with those?
Like, Mike, send help. Send Squonk over to give me like some help here. Squonk is the best cryptid. Nobody at me. Squonk is the best.
Now, I think one of the comments I get about the Walmart thing is all the time is, Louis, how does that affect an LGS?
No.
And I think that
My understanding is it's going to be separate thing.
That's what I
Yeah,
like.
they're doing
There's
blister
not a
packs
box.
and pins.
And Walmart exclusives, I think, too, which is which is cool.
Which is probably why Walmart was in on it.
I don't think. Let's say that they start carrying boxes. I know everybody gets scared. Y'all are cowards. You guys are scared of competition. Jesus. But like, it shows that like Mike has a very firm MSRP policy. It doesn't matter to me. Like, what bothers me is that like with Pokemon, my cost from distribution is almost MSRP on the hot sets. Then they're like, can go to Walmart and wait for 40 hours and try to get a box at MSRP or a ETB at MSRP.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, Mike has his fingers on distribution and on retailers, and that's great.
Yeah, and
I don't get scared about this stuff.
I don't think that the goal is that. Though. I don't think.
Yeah.
I think he has been pretty transparent that the goal is that they have different products that actually help. Now you have a product, and you're like, oh, I'm excited about it. I want more. Oh, I can get this at this local game store that's in my town, and like
I go to Compete Sport, the best LGS. Continue.
Yeah. So I think that's a win. It shocked me. Like, not that I didn't. I just didn't think it was going to be that high of a percentage of stores. Like I undershot my expectations, undershot Mike's abilities, I guess.
That continues to be a constant theme here on the channel.
Sorry, I suck. I have lower expectations, I guess.
Wow.
It's okay. There are other things that maybe have influenced your expectations.
Louis, bring out the hot sauce. I like it.
Sorry, Mike. I underestimated you.
It's really not Mike's fault. You just been through some trauma in the last year. And
underestimated. What's the Michael Scott quote? There's a great office quote.
Next time you'll estimate me.
Next time you'll estimate me.
That should be that when Louis makes it to 1 million subs 10 years from now.
Okay.
10 years from now,
we did it.
Now that'll be when other TCG related podcasters, or YouTubers will be at millions, but Louis will hit his first million, and you guys, you'll never. What was the saying? That's when you say it, Louis, right then and there.
Maybe next time you'll estimate me. Got a million.
At 1 million subs, that's what he's gonna say.
Is there a single TCG person who has Pokemon tubers?
All Pokemon.
I gotta be a Pokatuber, don't I?
All Pokemon YouTubers have 1 million subs. It's like unbelievable.
You'll get there. Just go on
like 300K. Man, maybe I'm in the wrong games.
Just don't underestimate. Yeah, you're into the indies, man.
Yeah,
you're such a hipster.
I gotta do Pokemon box opening after Pokemon box opening. It seems like it'd be really fun.
And you gotta have the world's worst music with the world's best shock face.
That will never happen.
And it doesn't matter how good the pull actually is. Same face, same awful music.
That's awesome. All right, cool. Anyway, good talk.
All right,
that's good.
2 things.
You're dying.
First, go back Genesis on Kickstarter.
Yes.
Oh, is it almost over?
Almost over.
What are they at?
I'm checking right now. I don't know.
Assad, I don't care what you're at. I love you the same no matter what price you're at.
I'm just curious. I mean,
me too.
I've already done enough like pump for. They're at 640 backers. That's awesome.
That's awesome.
They got 15 days left. Usually the last week of backer. This is probably
300,000 Canadian, which is like
probably
$14.
Probably losing some this week because of Christmas, but the last week of Kickstarters are usually pretty huge.
Right.
I think me and Assad might do a learn to play thing with me.
Oh, fun. You can go watch my learn to play with Assad already.
No, thank you.
I already committed.
Hey, are you going to start on your own? You're going to do it. Are you just going to do it by yourself, George, or how's that working?
I will play Assad.
Oh, he's just learning how to play, not for content.
Oh, okay.
I didn't realize you could do that. I thought anytime you played a TCG, it had to be content, but I guess that's wrong.
That's the difference. I'm a professional Fab player and a semi-professional Metazoo player, and you are a semi-professional content creator.
Ouch. Burn.
That was a good one. I'm proud of that one.
I have no response.
No, because you got.
Yeah,
You got
I
got on that one.
There's I got it. That's it. You're dead to me, but that's fine. At least I have hair.
Walking.
At least I have hair.
I'm just glad we're done with
have,
the
like,
Here's all we need to know.
I have like the world's thickest skin. It's like it takes a lot.
I'm aware because you make sure that everybody else gets your same thickness of skin by calling them.
Yeah,
I was actually telling my wife this is like you pretty much you find that weak spot and you just hit it, and eventually that person just becomes so desensitized to it.
Louis has been the hardest challenge of this in my life. I've never met somebody who cares so much what people he should care about so little think of him.
All you need to know is what's on the screen that you can't see is that you look like the guy from Christmas Story.
You know what I really want to do? I want to do a deep fake of George in that movie. And I'm sure the resemblance will be canny. Just uncanny.
You don't even have to. With him.
There's a deep fake app. I'm sure we could just take a few pictures of George.
Can you send me a picture of you when you were a kid?
I don't know. I don't have any. I have no idea where they are.
Yeah, I can't imagine any camera survived that.
What I love is he could barely get it out before he laughed way harder than George did.
Look how proud he is of it.
It was a good one. It was a good one. Like, oh my God. What's funny is not the joke, but how Louis just lost it after he said it. He was like, oh, burn. I got him so good. God, he's so good.
This releases on Christmas Eve. That's the best part.
That's the best
Nobody's
part.
going to watch this.
Nobody's going to watch it because we're actually spending time with family. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Losers.
And those who are in their bathroom hiding
watching YouTube on the toilet.
All right, everyone. I think that's it. Hey, do you guys want to give anybody Christmas wishes? You guys have any?
Yes.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to a lot of my players. I have like 5 now in the top 1,000, I think, for XP in.
I forgot to post them on my Secret Santa. As anybody knows, I had a cold foil dust blade from my Secret Santa.
Nice.
And as you all know, I pulled so many of these, but I sold them all. I never had one, so this is perfect.
Yeah,
I now have one.
I got really good Secret Santa stuff. I got a bunch of really weird packs that were like from a bunch of like dead TCGs. We just cracked them. I wrote the message to my Secret Santa. I said, I hope you enjoy Tales Unlimited, and I sent him a box of Monarch First. They're worth roughly the same. That's hilarious.
You get boxes of Monarch First for yours.
That's right. I like. It was great.
George told me he was going to send, I think, one. You did the math on the cards, and you're going to send
like one pack of Monarch.
I think it was less. It was cards. I think it was like 6 cards of Monarch First Edition. He was going to send it. It's for $25. I mean, that's what it is.
I'm very glad I talked to you.
I have a 295 cards, but I'm going to send over just enough cards just to break even.
I thought the $25 was the maximum until I talked to Louis, and he corrected me. So my Secret Santa was very appreciative. Minimum. I got him a Metazoo pin, a box of Monarch First, and a box of Crew U, and a Metazoo pin. Yeah,
nice.
Gotta support the zoo.
Mine was just every TCG I cover, there was packs in that of that.
Yep.
And
so like every TCG made right now, is that right? like
whatever. All right, that's it.
Now, did he
that's
send you
all
cold foils? I knew you sold all yours. Like, did he send you any of those?
Oh
you have a cold foil?
I did not sell my cold.
He has them right behind him on the wall.
My favorite part is the people who are claiming I sell their cold foils and them PMing other people in their their trade posts for like Pokemon Magic, whatever it is. It's like, anyway, I'm done. I'm over it. Whatever. I got my people. I've got my people. My community.
All right, you can play that song. These are my people.
I don't know that song. I've never heard that song.
He's too old.
It came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah, I don't listen to music.
If it's
not alternative rock with like 50 people at their concerts, I don't know who it is.
If it's not Nickelback, he's not in it.
Listen, Nickelback gets a bad rap. Nickelback has put out some bangers. Okay, like do we need to talk about Nickelback because Nickelback?
Jesus. You're just putting yourself like I know it's. I know what
You are
tomorrow.
so lucky nobody listens to the end of this podcast. You are like the
God,
luckiest
if you made it
man
this far,
alive.
Louis is just gonna literally burn
Look
alive.
at
in the
this
comments.
photograph. That's a great song. That is a fantastic song.
It is the most meme song I've ever seen in my life.
Listen, that song.
I'm gonna start calling you Linda
on
because
YouTube.
all you say is listen all the damn time.
Listen,
Louis.
my YouTube channel
Listen,
has
Linda.
1 million views. That video of photograph on YouTube has 62 million views. So that
because
song
it's funny
is,
and bad.
that song is 62 times better than my entire channel.
No, it's 62 times worse, and they share it because of the memes, Louis.
Look at these. All right. Merry Christmas, everyone. This was great. This is my favorite.
It's
This is
everyone.
my favorite episode of the year.
That was a good one. I enjoyed it.
Every
It
time
was
I'm
very
on story.
casual.
We have one more episode this year. Should we do a do you guys want to do something
Live one?
spicy? You want to
Do
do
a
like
live one next week.
you want to do like a Q&A thing where people can leave comments?
No.
Okay.
Louis,
we'll just do a regular episode.
Why not? We don't have to do a Q&A, but we should do a live one and just let people comment while we're doing it.
Our Christmas episode comes out on Christmas Eve. Our New Year's episode would come out on New Year's Eve day.
Or we can just do it live on New Year's Eve.
Why? Why?
I'm gonna be spending time with my family on New Year's Eve.
Lame.
Not on Christmas Eve though, huh? You got videos.
You guys, you're my family. Let's do it. All right, that's it. That's the
Bye,
podcast.
everybody.
Bye. Hey, may the zoo be with you all,
and also with you.
and remember to be kind to the people around you.
Thank you.